So let's come into our comfortable seats, yogis. Oh, he looks very uncomfortable there. Grounding down through your sit bones, lengthening through your spine. Let's roll your shoulders up towards your ears, open out your heart, draw your shoulder blades together, and then release the shoulders. For our mudra today, so our practice today is a Hanuman practice, the monkey god, because Diwali is on Saturday, and Hanuman is part of that, the story, the myth of Diwali. And I'll tell you that story on Saturday. But today we're going to be working with Hanuman. So for Hanuman, the mudra is Prana mudra. We've done this mudra before. This is an uplifting energy mudra. So bring in your ring and little finger to the thumb on both hands and extend your peace fingers. Your index and middle finger are extended. And then let's tuck the elbows in to the side here and then rest our palms face up on the thighs. Really hug in the elbows here. Open across the heart. So Hanuman is the heroic heart deity. So we're working with Anahat chakra at the heart space. He is the son of Vayu, the god of the wind. So we're working with Prana, uplifting, vitalizing life force energy. And I invite you to begin to close your eyes. Perhaps you soften or lower your gaze if you're not comfortable closing your eyes here. Relax your shoulders down and away. Feel as if you're drawing your shoulder blades towards each other, feeling expansion and an opening across the heart space. Take your awareness to your breath, the breath of the heroic heart of Hanuman, the deity who loves, is devoted, has inner strength, vitality. Begin to notice the journey of your breath, the uplifting prana energy as you inhale, the grounding apana energy as you exhale, lowering the apana energy into the earth, bringing in prana energy into the lungs. So it's an invitation in of the breath and then a release of the breath. Inhaling an uplifting breath and letting go of a breath that releases, that grounds. So these two opposing forces of uplifting, elevation, and grounding and releasing. Notice where that journey is in the breath, on the in breath, the out breath. Our practice today is going to connect with this energy that enables us to move forward with strength and power and vitality, that gives us purpose, direction, helps us to bridge between the body and the subtle body, so the physical body and the subtle body, that self, those layers beyond the physical. Our breath today is going to be Ujjay Breath and Viloma Pranayama. Viloma means taking apart, separating, splitting. And I'll guide you through this breath now. So take a full breath in and release it through your mouth to prepare. And I'll talk you through Viloma Pranayama before we practice. Viloma Pranayama is very similar to the 3-part breath, the Dirga Pranayama we do, where we breathe in belly, ribs, chest. This breath, Viloma Pranayama, has a pause. So we inhale, we draw the breath to the lower body. So below the navel, around the hips, the pelvis, the lower back. And we hold the breath here, either for the count of 2 or for the count of 3. And then we inhale the same breath to the middle body, which is around the solar plexus, above the navel and below the ribs. So this is your middle back and your middle abdomen. And again, we do that for 2 or the count of 3. And then finally, we draw the same breath into our upper body, which is from the lower ribs up to the clavicle, the collarbone. So visualize the breath as you draw the breath into your lower body, your middle body, your upper body. I'll guide you. Inhaling right down into the lower body. 2, 1. Pause there with the breath in the lower body. Continue inhaling into the middle body. 2, 1. Pause there. Feel the breath here in the middle body. Continue to inhale into the upper body. 2, 1. Pause there. And now we're going to reverse it. So release the breath from the lower body. 2, 1. Pause. Release the breath from the middle body. 2, 1. Pause. Now the breath is in the upper body. Release the breath from the upper body. 2, 1. Pause. So it helps to really visualize what the breath is doing. This is a complicated breath because we work with the same thread of breath, but we split that breath into 3 parts, lower, middle, and upper. I'm going to work with the count of 3 now. You can carry on working with the count of 2 if the count of 3 feels too long. So it'll be either 6-second breath or a 9-second breath with pauses in between. Take a full breath to prepare and release that breath. Inhale, lower body, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, middle body, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, upper body, 3, 2, 1. Pause. On the exhale, release the breath from the lower body, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Middle body, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Upper body, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Let's do one more round. So you can take a normal breath here, because I know this breath will be something that is new to many of you. So it's a new discipline with the breath. Inhale and exhale to prepare. Inhale to lower body, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale to middle body, 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale to upper body, 3, 2, 1, pause. Let's exhale, lower body, 3, 2, 1, pause. Middle body, 3, 2, 1, pause. Upper body. 3, 2, 1, pause. Inhale, lower body. 3, 2, 1, pause. Middle body. 3, 2, 1, pause. Upper body. 3, 2, 1, pause. Releasing the breath, going in reverse. Lower body. 3, 2, 1, pause. Middle body. 3, 2, 1, pause. Upper body. 3, 2, 1, pause. Take a full breath in, full breath out. So this is a breath that requires practice. So you can practice it with a cycle of 6 or a cycle of 9. 2 seconds in, pause, 2 seconds middle body, pause, 2 seconds upper body, pause, and so on. And now throughout our practice, I'm offering up Ujjay Pranayama, back of the throat breath. That makes a hut sound, as if you're fogging up a mirror. And then close your mouth and make the same sound. The breath is released through your nose. Marvelous. Let's come back into our Prana Mudra, elbows tucked. Inhaling. Hands to heart. Open our practice by chanting Om 3 times. Om. 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 Namaste and welcome. Welcome, yogis. So that was a new breath, a challenging breath, but a breath that can help you feel deeply connected with your energy body. So Hanuman really works with the spirit body. And that's where he draws his vitality, his inner strength, his power, his love and devotion arise from this inner space. So let's tuck in these elbows here to the side. So now let's have the hands parallel to the ribs with your Prana Mudra, thumb, ring finger and little finger connected, index and middle finger extended. Inhale, open out your arms. Exhale, hug them in. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug. One more time. Inhale to open. Exhale to hug. Now we're going to go up. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to hug in. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to hug in. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to hug in. Take a moment, release your hands. Let's come onto our shins into Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose. So your feet are tucked here. Now you can roll up your blankets and place them on the inside of your ankles. So you create a little sort of sausage roll with your blanket or a towel, or you place a cushion underneath if it feels uncomfortable. Take a moment here. Let's bring the right hand to the heart space. Let's lift the left hand off space so you can see me. So have your elbow parallel to the earth. Hand is in Abhaya Mudra, the mudra that connects with fearlessness, with courage, with strength. Inhale, take a moment here. Keep that left arm bent at the heart. Exhale, begin to reach your gaze up and reach your hand up, coming into a gentle back bend. Maintain the right hand on the heart. So open out, lift your gaze, mindful of your lower back here, lifting your gaze. Exhale, left hand to the heart, open out the right hand in Abhaya. And again, reach up, exhale, lift your gaze. So have a strong connection with the heart space here. And then come back to neutral spine, bending into your elbow. Let's repeat that one more time. Right hand to the heart, bend your left elbow, Abhaya Mudra. Inhale, lift your gaze, gentle back bend, hand in Prana Mudra. Exhale, come back to neutral. Swap over hands. Inhale, rise up with your hand, lift your gaze, gaze up. Exhale, come back to neutral. One more time, rounds of 3. Left hand in Abhaya. Inhale, lift your gaze. Prana Mudra, gentle back bend. Back to neutral. Swap hands, and then Abhaya on the right. Inhale. Exhale, back to neutral. Bring your hands together at your heart, and then let's come back onto our sit bones. Reach out with your left arm. Keep that right foot folded in. Turn your heart space over to your left arm, left leg rather. Have your hands on either side. As you inhale, lengthen, and then as you exhale, fold over the left leg. Reach towards your feet. One breath here in Janushirasana. Inhale, reach up and over with your right hand to the earth behind you. Left hand to the heart. Inhale, rise up with your seat. Come onto your lower right leg. Lift your sit bones. Reach your gaze up and over. Perhaps you reach overhead with your left arm. Exhale, left hand to the heart, sit bone to the earth. Bring the right foot onto the earth. Turn your body so it's facing your legs. Reach behind with your left hand. This time, let's bring your right hand to the heart. Point through your left leg. Inhale, lift your sit bone. Coming onto the ball of your right foot. And you can reach up and over with your right arm, or keep your right hand at your heart. Kamatkarasana variation. Exhale, right hand back to heart. Sit bones back to the earth. Take a breath here. Let's bring the left foot to meet the right foot for a moment. Lengthen through your spine. Open your heart. Take a moment here in Baddha Konasana. And have the sense that you're drawing your knees down towards the earth. As you can see, I'm coming into a much closer variation today, the Parvatiyasana variation, just because I want to bring in some of the divine energy of the feminine to soften. Take a moment here. Now let's reach out with our right leg. Tuck in the left foot. Janushirasana to the right side. Turn over. Exhale, lengthening, and then on the inhale and folding on the exhale. Head to knee pose. Take a moment here. Let's begin to lift our gaze. Bring the left hand to the heart. Reach up and over with the right hand. No, I think I want to bring my right hand to my heart, not my left, and my left to the earth. Just go the right way. So right hand on the heart, left hand behind. Pardon me for mixing up my left and right for you. Again, you can keep the right hand on the heart space, Maha, this great heart space. And you can alternatively reach up and over with Prana Mudra, a variation of Vashisthasana, gate pose. Right hand back to heart, sit bones to the earth. Let's hug in this left foot, sole of the foot on the earth. This time we take the right hand behind us, left hand to the heart. Point through the right toes. Prepare yourself. Inhale, lift onto the ball of your left foot. Lift up your hips and pelvis. Option to reach up and over with your left hand in Prana Mudra. One more breath here in Kamatkarasana variation. Exhale, left hand to your heart. Sit bones back to the earth. Extend your legs long. Flex through your feet. Dandasana, staff pose. Really activate through your legs here. Imagine you have a block between your thighs that you're squeezing. Imagine there's the thread here that you're lifting your crown up by. Hands can be face up or face down next to your hips. Dandasana, a deceptively easy pose on the face of it, yet very challenging when we're holding it. So that invoking the energy of, my dog is sitting on my papers, invoking the energy of Hanuman, son of Vayu, son of the wind god. Hanuman means broken jaw. One more breath here in Dandasana. Let's swing the legs round. Come onto all fours. Take a moment here, hands underneath shoulders. Let's step forward with the right foot, coming into a low lunge. So let's come in so that that left hip and knee are aligned for the moment. And then we'll reach through the hip. So if you look at me, if I had my hands out of the way, this is how I would be looking like the lower part of the letter H. Take a moment here. And then let's reach back with our sit bones, straightening through that right leg. Maybe you flex the knee. So just gently for the moment. So a little gentle rock backwards and forwards on the right side. Opening up slowly. 3 times. And then now this time we can shuffle our right foot forward. We can press into the right hip, really extend through that left leg. Coming into Anjaneyasana. Take a moment here. And then let's reach up with our hands up towards the sky in Prana Mudra. One breath here. Exhale, hands to the earth. Let's reach back with our tailbone. Flex through the right foot so that the toes point up. Ardha Hanumanasana. Sitting as far back as your tailbone can reach. Take a moment here. And if you need to create a bit more space, you can create more space. Let's bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Walk your hands around to the front. Walk them back all the way towards the right leg. Hop over the right leg with your hands and then walk the hands all the way round towards your hips on the right side, walking them back and then coming back to central here. Let's leave the right hand on the earth where it is. Inhale, let's lift the left arm up towards the sky. And if you feel wobbly here, press into your hands. Perhaps you use a block or a low footstool. You can have a little bend in this right knee so that the foot is on the earth. One breath here. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Roll through the left knee. Coming back into Anjaneyasana. Place the left hand on the earth. Reach up with the right arm now. Gentle twist here. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Take a moment here and then let's step back with the right knee. Coming back into neutral. Maybe you sway your hips. Perhaps you circle your hips, whatever you need here. And then let's step forward with the left foot. And again, let's come into a more boxy shape for the moment. And then gently rock backwards and forwards here 3 times, swaying slowly. And then stopping. And now we can shuffle that left foot forward slightly. Actually, let's just sit back with our tailbone before we shuffle the foot, just for a moment. And then shuffle that foot forward and come into a much lower Anjaneyasana variation. Inhale, reach up with your hands, Prana Mudra. Exhale, hands to the earth. Let's sit back in Ardha Hanumanasana, hands on either side of that left leg. And if you need to create more space by shuffling the heel forward, maybe shuffling that right knee back, flex the foot. So let's walk the hands onto the inside of the left leg and walk the hands round over to the right, towards the right hip, then back. So we're creating a sort of a semicircle with our hands, taking a little walk all the way around. And then back to center. And then here again, we're going to open up. So let's take the left fingers to the sky. Then left hand to the earth. Bring it onto the inside of the left foot. And let's take the right hand to the sky. Coming back to center. And then let's roll through. Take a moment here before stepping back. Again, shake it out. Take a moment here. And then let's lower onto the earth. Abdomen on the earth, salutations, locust pose. So bring your feet together, big toes connected with the earth. Let's have our hands alongside our body in Prana Mudra. Let's lift the right leg and the right arm off the earth. Keep your eyebrows center connected with the earth for the moment. Exhale, lower. Left arm and left leg lifted. Exhale to lower. Let's lift up both arms and both feet. Exhale to lower. Reach forward with your left arm long in front of you. Bend into your right knee and take hold of your right ankle. And now I invite you to lift your gaze. Your left arm reaching forward and lifting your gaze. Exhale, lower. Release the right leg. Now reach forward with your left arm, your right arm rather, and bend into your left leg. Take hold of your left ankle with your right hand. And again, you can lift your gaze here. Lift your heart space. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Ardha Salabhasana. Exhale, release. Reach forward with your hands. Let's bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, extend your index, cross your thumbs, so that you become a sort of vessel here on the earth. Reaching through the right index, the right and left index fingers, pressing down through the big toes. Pranayama variation. Bring your hands by bending your elbows to the back of your head so that you have a mudra at the back of your head. Your elbows are bent. Walk your elbows slightly forward. I'm hoping you can see me. I know that the dog's sitting right in front of me. Yeah, you can. One breath there. Release your hands. Bend into your elbows. Bring your hands alongside your body. Inhale. Come through table. Directly into mountain pose. Part of the Tassan here. Walk your feet. Now use your Ujjay breath. That breath that's like the sound of that you make when you fog up the bathroom mirror, or sounds like Darth Vader. Breathing into your heart here. Coming into stillness in Parvatasana. Hanuman lands on this mountain. This is the monkey god who takes great leaps of faith and uses the mountains from which to leap. One breath here. Bend into your right knee and reach back with your right toes. And then let's bend that knee and step that right foot forward. And you can take as many steps as you need. You can always bring your left knee to the earth to come forward here. Take a moment here and then drop your left foot so that your left foot is in a 45-degree angle. Inhale, rise up in Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. So take a moment here, lower down. Have that right knee turning towards the second toe, arms reaching up in Prana Mudra. Feeling strong here. Having faith, trust in yourself. Hanuman is deeply devoted to Ram and Sita, devoted to his practice, devoted to bringing vitality. Bhakti Yoga, if you know the different types of yoga, Bhakti Yoga is inspired by Hanuman. One breath here. Let's open up into Warrior Two, Maha Virabhadrasana. If you need to straighten through that leg at any point to release it, feel free to do that. Take a moment here. Gaze ahead. Let's bring the arms, cross them over. Left over right. Then open them. You can go with your breath, exhaling to cross. So cross the arm each time. We'll do this 3 times. This right leg is feeling it. I know that. And then let's drop the left hand to the left thigh. Flip the right hand up and over. Shanti Warrior. Exhale, right hand onto right thigh. Reach left arm up and over. Parshavakhanasana. Take a moment here. Now, we're going to bring, the option is to bring this right hand to the earth and then reach up with the left arm or stay here. Yogi's choice. If you wish, you can come into a bind. There's a bind option today. So let's take the left hand behind us onto the lower back. You can stay here, or you can reach underneath you with the right hand and interlace your hands, coming into a bind. Now we will all be in different places for this. And if you are in a bind, or if your right hand is on the earth and your left hand is on your lower back, so you can be in this variation, let's spiral the heart up towards the sky. Whichever variation you're in. One more breath. I know you're feeling it here. Release the right hand, straighten through that right leg. That right hand on the inside of the right leg. Let's bring that left hand to the heart or reach up into Trikonasana, triangle pose. One breath here. So this is going to be a release, having that leg extended. Turn your gaze down towards the earth. Let's bring the left hand down towards the earth. We're going to move into pyramid. So you might need to hop that left foot forward slightly. You might also want to have your blocks or your low footstool will be near a sofa so that you can rest your hands on something, either the earth or blocks or a footstool. So here we are in pyramid pose, Parshavakhanasana. Take a moment here. We're going to revolve into triangle on the other side. So option here, left hand to the outside of the right foot. Keep it connected with your surface, either the earth, block, low chair, footstool, sofa, wall, whatever you can reach. Right hand can come to that right hip. You can keep that right hand there, or you can reach up with your right fingertips in Prana Mudra, coming into this revolved state. I'll turn around so you can see me. And remember, this left hand can be on a wall, and that right hand can be on your hip. So pushing back through the right hip. One more breath. Myself dizzy by spinning around on my mat. Let's bring the right hand to your hip and then to the earth. Take a moment here. Bend, roll onto the ball of that left foot and then bend into that left knee. Bring it to the earth. Take a moment here and then reach your tailbone back. Flip your right toes up, Ardha Hanumanasana, and then come into low lunge. And now let's just move backwards and forwards 3 times and see if you can keep this left knee lifted up to the earth. I'm going to play around with my ear. So you're sort of rolling here into low lunge. And then let's walk our hands round to the center of the mat. Turn our toes so they're pointing towards the long edge of the mat. Wide-legged stance here. Prasarita, Padottanasana. So hands on earth, hands on blocks, yogi's choice. Soften here. So let's reverse the movement now. So turn your left toes to the back of your mat. You're going to move into warrior stance with your feet. So right toes at 45-degree angle. Bend into your knees. And then when you're ready, inhale to rise up in warrior 1. So I know you're working hard here. So we're working with strengthening our willpower. We are boosting our energy so that we can move forward. Take great leaps of faith, great leaps of love and devotion from a place of strength, inner strength. One more breath here in Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana. And then exhale, open out into Warrior 2, Mahavirabhadrasana. And remember, take the time to adjust your feet so that you feel comfortable here. Remember, we're going to exhale, crossing the elbows one way. Inhale to open. Exhale to cross the elbows in the other direction. Inhale to open. Last time. Inhale to open. Drop the right hand, flip the left palm up and over for reverse warrior or Shanti warrior. Take a moment here. Our mantra today, Om Hum Hanumate Vijayam. Om Hum Hanumate Vijayam. Exhaling here, let's come into extended side angle. Utthita Parshavottanasana. Now remember the options here. You can stay here. You can bring your left hand to the earth, in which case take your right arm directly above you. You also have the option of coming into a bind by reaching down and Left arm under, right arm over. Or you can keep that right hand on your lower back, left hand on the earth, and spiral your heart up towards the sky so that you're still supporting yourself. Remember, this left hand can also be on a block. The right hand is on my lower back, just at my sacrum. Or you can thread your left arm under. Yogi's choice. One more breath here, whichever variation you're in. And then let's bring our hands back down to the earth. And then let's straighten through that left leg. Coming into pyramid here for a moment. Left hand to the inside of that left leg. Draw your hands up into Trikonasana, triangle pose. And the right hand can always be on your hip. So whenever you're feeling lethargic and without energy, a Hanuman practice helps to boost the energy. It fires us up. Let's bring that right hand down towards the earth. Coming into pyramid pose here. Parshavottanasana. Remember, hands can be on blocks or anything that raises the earth up towards you. Now we're moving into the revolved Trikonasana variation. So take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Left hand can come to that left hip. Spiral your heart, or you can reach up with your left arm. Coming into Parivritta Trikonasana. So I'm going to turn around so you can see me. So you can have a block underneath that right hand. Connecting with your Ujjay breath. Making that hut sound, feeling the power of Prana energy. This vital life force, the quality of the breath. One more breath here. Then let's bring that left hand down to the earth. Let's shuffle and come onto the ball of that right foot. And you can bring that right knee to the earth. Reach up with your left toes and back with your tailbone. Ardha Hanumanasana. And then lift that right knee slightly, and then we can roll backwards and forwards here, keeping that right knee lifted off the earth. Bending into the left knee, extending through the left knee. 3 rounds here. And then let's straighten up. Come back to center. Take a moment here in Prasarita Padmanasana. Wide-legged forward fold. Perhaps you take hold of opposite elbows. Let's take refuge in this place here for a moment. So in order to make these leaps, these quantum leaps that Hanuman makes, he travels from India to what is now Sri Lanka to rescue Sita, who has been stolen away by Ravan, the 10-headed demon king. And so Hanuman, the ever loyal, ever faithful warrior, gathers an army and leaps across the Indian Ocean to reach the island in one leap. Take a moment here. Let's bring your hands onto the earth. Bend into your right knee. Turn the right toes up. And then let's walk our hands around, roll onto the ball of your left foot. We're going to move into dragon pose here, to the right first. Now that left knee can come to the earth or it can stay lifted, yogi's choice. Let's come onto your forearms if you wish, or you can always place a pillow or a bolster there and then place your forearms on a bolster. Or you can stay on your hands, yogi's choice. Let's light up this fire. Diwali is the festival of lights, rows of lighted candles. So whichever variation you're in here of dragon. From here, we're going to move into a twisted monkey variation. So I'm going to rise up so you can see. Shuffle your right foot all the way to the edge of your mat, if not already, and roll onto that outside little toe side edge of that foot. Now you can keep your hands high up so your arms can be extended, so your hands are on the earth, so you're staying up, or you can come down to the earth. So you're moving into a deeper variation here. Now, leaving your left hand on the earth, bend into your left knee. Reach back up and over with your right hand towards your left foot. Now, depending where you are, some of you will be able to reach your left foot. Some of you, like me, won't be able to because of the shape of our bodies, the way that we all have different anatomy and physiology. So just reaching back. Spiral your heart wherever you are. You can keep that left foot on the earth as well if you wish. Spiral your heart. If you're reaching back, bring your hand into Pranayama Mudra. One breath here. You can also bring your hand to the back of your lower back, your sacrum. Exhale, turn your gaze to the earth. Bring your hand to the earth. Lower your left foot. Rise up on your hands and shuffle your right foot in towards the center. Lift your left knee and then drop the left heel, and then let's walk over onto this side now. Rotate that left foot so the toes are pointing up. Bring your hands on the inside of that left foot. Shuffle it where you need. Right knee on or off the mat. Yogi's choice. Let's fire up this inner fire from which Hanuman finds the heat. You can come onto your forearms. You can stay on your hands. Remember, you have props at home that you can use. By calling upon the inner strength of Hanuman, by invoking this heroic heart that we have, we can really connect with pure devotion, with connection between the physical and the inner self, this external self and the inner self. The bridge of connection can be found. We unite the forces of truth and love with Hanuman, this big-hearted monkey god. And now let's begin to move into twisted monkey. So take your left foot to the outside of your, as far to the outside edge of your mat. Roll onto the little toe side. You can stay on your hands here, or you can come down onto your forearms. Bend into your right knee. This might be enough for you. You might choose to reach back and take hold of your right toes if you are able to, depending on your physiology. Bring your hand into Prana if you're reaching back. Or you can also bring your hand to the lower back. Spiral your heart and gaze up towards the sky. Hum Hanumate Vijayam. Invoking this pranic evolutionary force this power of the wind, the breath of the heart, the embodiment of pure devotion. So here, feel the prana flowing through you. The breath within the heart space, the embodiment of devotion to your practice. One more breath here. In your variation of twisted monkey. Bring the left hand to the earth, lower the right foot. Come up onto your hands, lift that right knee, stretch out through that right leg. Take a moment here. And then let's come up onto our feet, back into wide-legged stance here. Now let's see if you have a little bit more space. Taking your feet wide, perhaps you bring your crown down towards the earth. If a headstand is in your practice, you can always take the opportunity now to go into a headstand. If it's not, then stay where you are with your crown reaching down towards the earth. Now let's lift our crown so our body's parallel to the earth. Heel toe, your feet together. Come through Malasana here. Oh, did you hear that? Vata knees. Let's rock from side to side here. You can have your hands in Namaskar. You can have hands in Prana. You can cross them at the heart. Just go for it. Whatever you wish to do here. Rocking from side to side. And then let's come to the earth. Bravo. Reach forward with your hands and lower down towards the earth. Let's hug in our knees. Upanasana. Perhaps you roll on your lower back. Stretch out along with your left leg. Keep that right knee hugged in. Extend the right toes up towards the sky. And then let's cross this right leg over our body. So roll over onto your left hip. Try and maintain that right shoulder as close to the earth as you can. Now you can stay here with the right leg extended, crossing over your left. Or you have the option of bending into your left leg and taking hold of your big toe of the left leg, left foot with your right hand. My left hand stays on my right leg just to rest it there. So this is a variation of cat's tail. I'm calling it monkey tail today. So right leg is extended, crossing over the left. Your left leg is either straight on the earth or you bend into that left knee and take hold of the big toe or the foot. Gazing up towards the sky. One more breath here. Let's release the left foot. Bend into that right knee and hug it back in, rolling onto your back as you do. And then let's extend the right foot, hug in the left leg. Reach up with the right toes. And create some space for myself. So just make sure you have some space if you're close to a wall. And then let's cross that right leg over the left leg, rolling onto the right hip so that you can extend that right leg over here. So if you're on your right hip, you can stay here, or you can begin to roll so that your left shoulder comes down towards the earth. That right leg, the one that's on the underside, can stay extended along the earth, but you can bend into your right knee and take hold of your right big toe with your left hand, coming into this monkey's tail pose. an alternative to cat's tail. And I'm keeping my right hand on my left leg. Connect with your Ujjay Pranayama, this victory breath, or ocean sounding breath as it's known. One more breath here. Let's release the right toe if you're holding it. Bend into your left knee and then roll back, hugging in that left knee. Yogi's choice here to come into Shavasana and take Shavasana for 5 minutes. Our time is coming to an end. So I'm going to invite those of you who wish to rise up now, otherwise stay in Shavasana and close the practice in your own time. Hugging in your knees, rolling left to right and then onto one side. Supporting yourself with your hands. And then when you're ready, rising up. Oh, look at my hair. Into Shavasana, into Sukhasana. But if you're in Shavasana, stay in Shavasana. If you're rising up, bring your hands into Prana Mudra, ring, little finger touching thumb, peace fingers extended. So the qualities of Hanuman: loyal, honest, devoted, humble. All of the qualities that we would love to see in our politicians. Kind, strong-hearted. Closing our practice by chanting our mantra 3 times and then closing with Om Shanti. Om Hum Hanumate Vijayam. Om Hum Hanumate Vijayam. Invoking the success, the strength, the victory, the stamina and power that we all have within us, and the expansive heart that is full of love and devotion. Inhale to prepare. Om Hum Hanumate Vijayam. Om Hum Hanumate Vijayam. Om Hum Hanumate Vijayam. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhanyavad. Thank you, yogis. I'm feeling strong. Thank you, yogis. Please like and subscribe if you are on YouTube. And thank you if you're joining me live. On Saturday, it is actually Diwali. So we'll be doing more of Hanuman, and we're also going to be doing the story of Ram and Sita. So I'll see you next time. Thank you, yogis. I'm going to unmute you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Diwali. If I don't see you on Saturday. Light some candles.
Thanks,
Eat lots of sweets and chocolates.